after they rip out all your pubes with hot wax of beautician, glues tiny Swarovski crystals to your skin in the pattern of your choosing, a heart maybe, or a starburst, or your favorite brand's logo, juicy. Once you've been bejazzled, your vagina will be so pretty, you'll be able to forget it is actually a vagina. Now, the sprucing up of our lady parts is nothing new. Humanity has a long tradition of remaking woman in her mannequin's image. We've invented everything from spray-on tans to control-top pantyhose to false eyelashes, all in the pursuit of a more perfect female form. And it's not like my armpits aren't shaved, but there is something about rich women in Manhattan with jewel-encrusted genitals that lets me know the human race is headed towards apocalypse. And we deserve it. I think about couples trying to figure out how to fuck without getting stuck in vajazzle glue or cutting themselves on tiny rocks embedded in their crotches. I think about women giving themselves retinal damage when they look down at their vajazzle jobs as they climb into tanning booths. I imagine doctors curing vajazzlings gone wrong, removing errant stones from some poor bastard's esophagus. Cracked filling, and crack, and suddenly, I know how the robots are going to overtake us. They're just going to wait until we make everything that's fun about being human unfashionable. And we sacrifice our breath for the airbrushed image of it. Bit by bit, we're trading in our birthright for something slicker and more treacherous, perpetually too dressed up and prettified to ever really strip down to just skin. It's only a matter of time before all of us are jumping into vats of molten plastic and drowning as our complexions cook to that perfect Mattel shade. And if you think I am being melodramatic, let me remind you, we live in a world where women think being sexy is so much more important than being able to have sex, that they're gluing sharp rocks to their hoo-has and saying shit like, baby, I can't tonight. I just got vajazzled. I don't want either of us to get hurt. So maybe it's actually too late for this. But I have a message for our future android overlords. I am not buying it.
Right?
I don't want to be some shiny, flawless love machine. I am an animal. A biological wonder house built of flesh. I don't glisten. God damn it. I sweat.
Right.
And when I do, it's smelly. I also fart, belch, shit, piss, cry, and cum. And I fucking love it that way. These homes made of sinew, flesh, and even fur, they're the only ones we are ever going to have. And I intend to enjoy mine. It might fry your little circuits to try, but I dare you to find the pulse and stink and mess of life less than tantalizing. I dare you to just try and bedazzle this.
What?
That beats the getting a Viking funeral later this summer. In the meantime, let's do dark and heavy. That feels fun.
Everyone likes that.
Who doesn't like dark and heavy?
Yeah.
Does anybody dislike
dark.
damage?
Go dark.
Let's talk about damage.
Bring the darkness is only gonna get darker.
Busted.
The first time I hit you, and actually meant it, my fist caught the soft spot just below the cartilage of your sternum and kept moving into you so quickly. A pathetic puff of air broke free of your mouth, and you let out the kind of wounded animal sound they edit out of nature videos. Because everybody knows the only way to love a wild thing is if it has some semblance of dignity. I want to tell you that I learned in this moment how there are monsters in my blood I am unwilling to become, but even though the memory of it is too clouded with the shame to be certain, I'm pretty sure I pulled back and hit you again. I think when I did it, our eyes met. And the confusion that I found there wasn't enough to make all of me sorry until hours later, when my limbs stopped shaking and I could remember how my name was your first and most frequent word, baby sister.
Right.
Your suffering was the classroom of my unlearning. You are the reason I know not all love needs to be laced with violence. It took years. Dancing brutality across your cheekbones, self-righteous with a rage you were too young to deserve before I recognized the warm, familiar scent of insult on my breath and knew I'd built a home for us out of the worst of what I've come from. By the time I caught myself, I'd torn into your flesh so often it was a kind of comfort. I possessed your voice in tiny increments, stealing snatches of it to build a birdhouse in my pockets for my pride, hungry for more proof that I know you so well. I can finish your sentences. I can make you never start another one. I can renovate you, rip the floorboards from beneath your feet until the open air is all you stand on and your mouth rings a bell begging me to save you again. Even now it's difficult to hear you thank me for the way I raised you right.
What?
You, the kid with all those hairline fractures just below the surface of my voice that never seemed to let her rest. The girl who can't hold a job for more than 2 months at a time, hasn't learned to be gentle with herself just yet, doesn't know when she'll leave her shit town, if she ever will. You thank me like it wasn't my boot that smashed your spine. I visit with your echo sometimes. Retrace all of those places where my hands and words betrayed you, but I'm not looking for forgiveness in these hollows I've dug out. It is the spark of you I miss the most. So I keep looking for the place that held you when you ran away. I keep hoping someday you're going to find your own way back. Because I have ripped away each finger of the phantom of my fist from around your throat. Sewn back together all the tattered pieces of your tongue and unplucked it from its house inside your lips. Speak now. Your body is your own again. The only thing missing from this revival is your breath.
Yeah.